So if you're one of my clients using the 1000 Paper Crane Solid Perfume during this meditation, this is with the rosemary verbena, you will just want to take your finger and rub a little bit. A little bit goes a long way right on the pulse points. And you probably don't want to put it on your face because you don't want to be, you want to be smelling it intermittently during the meditation. If you don't have the rosemary verbena, rosemary will work pretty well. You can just rub this on your pulse points if you want as well. And you can bring some lemony type scent if you have lemon juice or lemons themselves. That's lovely. So we'll be using this scent throughout the meditation, but we're going to set ourselves up for a really good meditation by first checking in with our posture. And really what we want is a nice straight spine. So you're going to press in, maybe scooch to the edge of the chair if you're sitting in a chair, and sitting in a chair is really great. Most of us do that all the time, so that's what we're most familiar with, and you don't want added extra tension in your body when you're meditating. So if you aren't comfortable sitting on the floor, don't feel like you need to. So give yourself a little bit of a back bend, and then maybe sort of do a little bit of a cat-cow where you're doing a back bend and then sort of rounding the back, opening up the spine a little bit to bring some more energy there, and then sort of pressing up and to put your hand on top of your head to press up so that you can sort of elongate through the spine. Taking a nice deep breath and just notice or check in where you're breathing. Are you breathing in the, up in the shoulders, or is the breath nice and deep down in the belly? So for the start of our meditation, we're going to want the breath down in the belly. And a lot of times if I've had a stressful day, even after years of meditating and breath work, I still will breathe shallowly. So if I check in, you can just put your hands right on your belly and feel when you inhale the expansion of the belly. You can do it on the sides. You can even feel a little bit of expansion in the back. And then as you exhale, you're going to want to feel your belly button move towards your spine. And so check in with that. Do that a couple times. Really just, you don't want to do it to the point where you're just over breathing or you're exerting. Now what we're going to do is just take a moment, close our eyes, and experience that breath. That deep breath as we breathe all the way down to the belly and then releasing it out. And I remember when I was first doing yoga, there would be so many explanations about how to breathe and breathe properly that it would sometimes be frustrating. But just using the belly here, you can almost just begin to train your body, and it can give you a sense of palpable relaxation. Now gently open your eyes. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to tense and relax, and we're going to tense not to the point of pain, but to the point where we can begin to equalize the tension in the body and hopefully then release more of it, because again, that tension is trapped energy and we want to use it for something else. So when you squeeze your body, you're going to tense up and squeeze. When you release it, try to imagine that tension moving into the spine. So beginning with the inhale in, allowing the belly to expand, and then at the end of the inhale, squeeze the body. Try to think of areas that you might not have squeezed and that you have unexpected tension, like in your neck or buttocks or feet. Scrunching the toes, and maybe even scrunching your face. And then when you're ready to exhale, allow that to come out through the mouth, and don't allow that tension to spill out. Try to cultivate it into the spine. As you inhale, breathing that tension all the way up to the top of the head. Let's do that a couple more times. Tensing, and then releasing when you're ready. Not allowing it to spill out sloppy. Take that tension and use it for something more useful. One more time. And you can close your eyes to sort of visualize where that tension might be and allowing your breath to follow it. And if you want to do this a couple more times, that's fine. But take your hands and slide them along your thighs so that you open up the chest. And if that's uncomfortable because you have tight chest, you can bring them a little bit forward, but you sort of want to have your chest nice and open, and that will help you breathe better. Now notice if you can begin to subtly detect the verbena. That is the lightest molecule in this particular perfume, and in the rosemary it's one of the lightest. And so it's going to be the easiest to volatilize, the one that's going to evaporate first. And what's lovely about an oil-based perfume is that it sort of encapsulates little scent molecules, and so when you're stressed throughout the day, you'll still smell the verbena, even though typically, like in an alcohol base, that would be gone. So smelling that lovely, uplifting scent. Closing your eyes now, and that adapting scent. Rosemary verbena is sort of the friend to grief and feelings of overwhelm. And it grows on one of the islands, Corsica, where there have been many wars. And there are a lot of interesting plants that grow on that island, but Corsica has, as I mentioned, seen many, many wars, and it's almost like a healing plant. It grows along the coast. And you can see that it has this sort of lightness that it can bring to your body. And allow that lightness to sort of wash over you as we begin to do equal count breathing. So you're going to inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, and then return to the inhale. Beginning with the inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, returning to the inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, on your own count for the next minute, you can extend that count, you can keep the count, or you can shorten the count. It just really depends on how you're breathing and how you feel. And never force pranayama. If you start to feel overwhelmed, then just let go of it. And we will do this for a little less than a minute. And with each breath, sort of allow yourself to rise through the top of the crown of the head, but not in a tense way, almost as if the rosemary and the breath are sort of uplifting you. You feel a natural lifting of your spirit and your mind and your body. And now make this your last round, finishing with your exhalation. And if you've been breathing through your mouth or exhaling through your mouth, let's just do the next part with our nose. So letting go of that controlling of the breath and just watching the breath and feeling the breath move up higher and higher up the nose. Beginning with this portion of the meditation, you'll begin to initially smell the rosemary verbena, that lovely scent uplifting you, lemony, citrusy, herbaceous, washing away feelings of overwhelm, knowing that you can use rosemary's power to adapt. The rosemary is here for you, like all the plants, and the feelings that you have of love towards them, knowing that they have that feeling towards you. And using this imagery of the light molecules of the rosemary lifting you up and giving you confidence, washing away any stress. You might get to a point where you no longer detect the rosemary, and that's completely fine. Allowing the breath to become maybe shallow, you'll notice that it moves up higher and higher in the nose as you relax into this meditation. And so we'll do this for 1 more minute, and then you can pause the recording if you wish to go longer. And sometimes what you might notice in your meditation is that the scent goes away and then it returns, almost as if a little gift has arrived for you to remind you of what you're doing here. Remind you not to get distracted by negative feelings and thoughts. Now, if you're ready to end the meditation, I like to take a deep breath in, and then I open my eyes, and I usually look down for a moment and then lift the eyes up. Thank you, friends, for a beautiful meditation.